Good afternoon, everyone. Today I am going to be doing my basic skills lesson. So for today's activity, we will first have a group discussion about compare and contrast and what that means and just get a better feel for it. Then we will read the book Stella Luna together. And after that we will compare and contrast this book between the birds and Stella Luna. And then you will independently read Broken Arm Blues, and then after that you will compare and contrast. I will give examples of comparison charts as we go along. So, compare and contrast, what do these two words mean? For teaching, I would have just compare and contrast up there, not their definitions, and we would kind of brainstorm, and I would see what the kids thought compare and contrast meant before pulling up the definitions. For the sake of this, I have the definitions here. So after we talked about what comparing and contrasting, I would give them the definitions. Compare means to look for similarities between two items, events, or things. And contrast means to look for differences among two items, things, events, etc. So let's try it. Here's an example of a comparison chart. I have it for me and one of my brothers. So some similarities that my brother and I have are we have the same parents, we like to be outside, we love kids. For me, I am a girl, I live in Minnesota, I am the oldest. My brother, he's a boy, he lives in Wisconsin right now, and he is the middle child. So let's think of our own comparison chart between you and a sibling or you and a friend, whatever you would like to do. So then I would give them a couple minutes to do this. They can copy the example chart for the outline of theirs. And once they were done with that, I would move on. Next, we are going to read the book Stella Luna. Before we read, let's do a compare and contrast chart together about homes and nests. So then I would have a blank comparison chart up on the board, whiteboard, smartboard, whatever there is, and it would be a group discussion. Kids would raise their hand, shout out similarities and differences, and we would just kind of get the feel for it before they do it on their own. So, similarities between homes and nests, they are shelters. Humans and birds can make their homes. Humans build them and birds build them. They can both use trees and they need to be taken care of. So some differences for homes that we thought of are houses are usually bigger than nests. They have roofs, and some of them can have more than one room. And nests are usually smaller, they don't have roofs, and usually are just one room for all of the critters that live there. Next, I'm going to read the book Stella Luna by Janelle Cannon. As we listen, I'm going to pause and we can think about Stella Luna and the baby birds and how they are similar and different, and we will fill out a graphic organizer together. So then I would give them this blank comparison chart with Stella Luna, and we would fill this out during the reading. So some similarities between Stella Luna and the birds: they both fly, they both need to eat and sleep. Differences: Stella Luna sleeps hanging upside down as the baby birds sleep upright or kind of normal. And Stella Luna is nocturnal, meaning that she sleeps all day and is awake at night. And the birds sleep all night and are awake during the daytime. So we would fill this out as a class, either up on, I would have some up on the board and they would have their own chart at their spots. Next, you're going to do this activity on your own. It is Broken Arm Blues by Torrin Anderson. It's about two friends, Kyle and Carrie, who broke their arms at the same time, and they're not very happy about it, and just kind of their similarities and differences with how they broke their arm, how they're getting through it. While reading this story, let's think about Kyle and Carrie and what's different about them and what's the same. And then after reading this story, I will give you a blank comparison chart between Kyle and Carrie, and we will think of similarities and differences between them and their situation. So as the students were reading, I would walk around the room and see if anyone needed help. This lesson is for struggling 5th grade readers, so if anyone needed any help with that, I'd try to help out in any way I could, and then same as when they are doing the chart on their own, going around and just seeing if they need help. And at the end, when everyone was finished, we would go over the comparison chart together and just see if anyone had any questions on it. So